Today we're going to install an ignition coil on an 83 Honda Big Red ATC 200E. This is what your ignition coil looks like. This is one I'd taken off the trike and I'm going to put back on. Something you can do before you install it is just take a little emery cloth or a file and just clean up the terminals. I always do that. Put a little bit of dielectric grease on those contact points. Examine your plug wire, make sure that it's all in good condition. Now let's take a look at where it's located. Your ignition coil is located underneath the gas tank. You can see where it sits right up in here. There are two screws or bolts that hold the ignition coil in, and the plug wire goes across to the other side of the trike and onto your spark plug. So if you want to get at your ignition coil, it's helpful to remove the seat and the gas tank first. On the trike that I'm installing this on, you're going to see we've already done that for you. Makes it a lot easier to see what is in there, where everything goes. These are the two wires that attach to your ignition coil. I'll show you where those go and how to install it. This, for broader information, we'll do another video in the internal part of this here, the CDI system. But your wires from your ignition coil go here, connect to this terminal, which should be placed like this in here. Goes into this box here. And we'll take a look at that, but today we'll just do the ignition coil itself. We are set up to install our coil. The tools you will need: 1/4-inch drive ratchet and an 8mm socket. You will also need the two bolts that hold it in. If you have lost your bolts or you do not have them, you can go to Tractor Supply, and for a couple bucks you can get a bag of M5 by 0.8 by 30mm long bolts, and those will work perfectly and will fit this in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our coil. We're just going to loop the plug wire over to the side and ignore that for now. We're going to hold it up into place. These are the two mounting holes for the ignition coil. Get your coil up in there like this. I'm going to install one of the bolts. Got that one started. I'm going to grab my ratchet. If you have a little extension for your ratchet, that might also help. We're going to take our second bolt, put it through the terminal on the green wire. Get it started. And tighten it down. Then you're going to take your black and yellow wire, which has a terminal here. We're going to connect that to the post. And that can be done even easier if you do it before you put it on. So our spark plug wire is tight. We are going to move to the other side of the trike. And we're going to install our spark plug boot onto the spark plug. And we are done.